Mouth. 15-19 to go first half. Dayton trailing Central Michigan 8-5 here on the home of the Flyers. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. News Talk Radio, WHIL. Check. Back once again, University of Dayton Arena. $15-19 to go in the first half. Dayton trailing 8-5 to Central Michigan. Tom Michaels, Monica West here. Dayton 2 of 5 to the field, 0 of 2 on threes, 1 of 2 from the line. Meanwhile, Central Michigan 4 of 8, 50% from the field, 0 of 1 on threes. Haven't been to the line as yet, but Kristen Doherty's going to be shooting a couple of free throws for the Flyers now. As Dayton looking to get their way back toward the lead, as the first free throw is good from the freshman from Fresno, Ohio, 6 foot, averaging almost 9 points a game, an 82% free throw shooter. Not a bad crowd for a football Sunday here at the arena for this championship game. Both free throws are good. Dayton back within 8-7. They want a defensive stop here so they can get that lead back. Luckett on the left side brings it into the left-hand corner, gets it down to Long. Long almost had the ball slapped away by Claxton. They'll work it around. Ball put up for a deep three try by Candace Wilson. Can't get it to go. Ball picked up off the floor by Letitia Luckett. Now Long looking inside. Wilson scoops it off. Letitia Luckett tries on the baseline, and we've got the 3-second call here. Is that what that was?
I believe that is what that was.
Hey,
it
third
couldn't
time
have
we've
been
seen
much
that
of
here. Yeah.
anything else. But
so with that, Dayton gets it back on the turnover against the Chippewas. Less than 50 minutes to go first half. Dayton trails it by 8-7. Brittany Holdeman looks on the lob pass inside. Got it to Oakland. She's short with a little shot. And the rebound taken by Verhoff, who wants to run. Verhoff on the pass down to Long in the corner. Long glides on the baseline. Can't get it to go. Rebound bounces high and is taken down by the freshman Doherty. And then the ball is slapped away and actually out of bounds. It's going to be off Claxton. So it becomes Chippewa's ball, and they're going to inbound it just to our left here. Shonda Long to do the honors. Dayton's going to bring in Kendall Ross. Also, Kiki Lund coming into the game. And now they switch as far as who's going to throw the ball inbounds, as Candace Wilson is going to do so. 14:28 left first half. Dayton trailing 8-7. They've had one lead in this game, I believe. Right now, Verhoff out front with it. Over to Luckett, right side. Luckett being played there by Nikki Oakland. In they go for Westover. Westover with a shot. Can't get it to go. It's going to be out of bounds off of Central Michigan. So Dayton another chance to take this lead, trailing 8-7, 14-15 to go in the half.
Dayton are still having a little bit of trouble rebounding and getting in position for it.
Working it around is Brittany Holdeman. Holdeman. Over it goes Lund. Lund on the lob inside for Kendall Ross. Ross caught up in a double team. Back out to Lund. Now Holdeman, 14 to shoot. Looking underneath once again for Oakland. Off it goes to Claxton. They'll get it down to Kendall Ross. Ross underneath, able to duke her man in the air and then put it up and in. Dayton leads it 9-8 with 13:45. Let them go first half.
Dayton back into his zone defensively, getting back quickly.
Working with the ball is Verhoff on the right side. Verhoff takes it down on the baseline. Looked like she could have traveled with it, but gets rid of the ball. Candace Wilson tries a tray. Deep left wing. Hits that one, and Dayton trails by 2 at 11-9. Dayton brings it up down left to right with Claxton. Claxton over to Kendall Ross, left corner. Back to Claxton, top of the key. On a right-hand dribble, brings it over to the right side. Now back left side, it goes for Kendall Ross. Tries a lob pass inside. Taken away by Luckett on the lob pass down. Goes to Verhoff. Verhoff puts it up. No, can't get it to go. Good defense that time by the Flyers, who were right there with her. And Dayton gets the rebound. Claxton into the forecourt. Claxton on a bounce pass inside for Nikki Oakland. Nikki Oakland double team. And then, let's see, the ball is going to be out of bounds off Dayton as she could not get the shot to go. And then on the rebound try, knocks it out of bounds.
Well, the one good thing about that is Nikki Oakland kept fighting to try to get the ball in her hands. Dayton have to be much more aggressive once they get that ball in there, right, especially right underneath the basket.
Inside 13 minutes to go, first half. This is a championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic. Off to Luckett. Luckett from a deep right wing. Tries a three. No, can't get it to go. Rebound taken off the floor by the Flyers' Cloxton. Her pass tries for Lund. Can't get it to go. And then it is stolen away by the Chippewas. Off for Long. Her three try right in front of the Flyer bench is good. Dayton trails it by 5, 14-9, with less than 12 and a half minutes to go now.
Jim Daber's stalking a sideline like a tiger right now. He's not happy about it. Too many long looks, bad passes by the Flyers. Need to settle down and get into their offense.
Brittany Holderman takes it inside, puts it up and in, and she goes from left side of the lane to right side of the lane and puts it in with the right hand. Dayton back within 3 at 14-11. Pass comes down, Luckett on the right side. Back to Long. Now, they work it around to Bierhoff. Bierhoff takes it right up the lane, puts it up. No, but she's fouled. This will be the first on the Flyers. Kiki Lund will pick it up. 14-11, the lead for Central Michigan, and we'll be coming back after official timeout with 11:57 left to go in the first half. Dayton trailing the Chippewas 14-11 here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM, News Talk Radio, WHIO. .11:57 left first half. Dayton trailing at 14-11 to Central Michigan here. And Central Michigan going to be at the free throw line. By the way, the officials in this game, Andy Bills, Shannon Bone, and James Vastine. As at the line will be Stacy Bierhoff. Now, she started every game for this team a year ago and then hasn't started this season until this afternoon. This is her first free throw try of the season, and it is good. Got one more coming up here. Dayton trails by 4. Their largest deficit has been 5. One more on its way. That one good. And it's a 16-11 Central Michigan lead with less than 12 minutes to go first half. Into the game for the Flyers. You now have Kelly Kyle, who had an excellent game yesterday. Also, Kathy Gwynn, who has the ball now, top of the key. Goes right side, Kiki Lund. Down in the corner, right side. Goes to Brittany Holderman. Back to Gwynn inside. Kelly Kyle almost had the ball slapped away. Still the ball on the floor. Fighting for it is Kendall Ross. And the ball is finally taken away by Candace Wilson. Wilson on the run. Down on the left side to Long. Back out to Luckett. They work it around. Bierhoff is going to try a three. This one, no. Comes off the flange. Deep rebound comes out. And we're going to have the foul coming up here. It will go against Central Michigan. And Luckett picks up her second. Up off the bench across the way is Sue Guevara.
Well,
and she is unhappy with that.
It could have gone either way. In fact, I thought when the whistle blew, the call was going to be on Brittany Holterman. But apparently they got Luckett over the back with that one.
Gwynn brings it down left to right. Gets it to Ross. In the corner it goes for Kelly Kyle. Kyle's going to shoot from the left baseline. Can't get it to go, but the rebound taken by Kendall Ross. Ross is going to force one up over Bierhoff. Put it up and in. Dayton back within 3. It's 16-13. 11 minutes to go in the half. Luckett on the right side. Switching dribbles as he's over there. Takes it inside the arc. Now up top it goes for Westover. Bierhoff now to the right of the lane. Puts it off the glass. Too strong, but we're going to have a foul against the Flyers, and that really bailed Central Michigan out of it.
Sure did. There's a lot of trouble for them right there.
That foul goes against the Flyers, Kathy Gwynn. That is her first, just the team's second. And Verhoff back at the line. She made a couple of them just a few moments ago. Dayton using a lot of players. Not so much here for Central Michigan. As we say that, into the game comes Angel Chan, who is the person who has been starting there for this team out of Wyoming, Michigan. She takes the place of Luckett. One more free throw coming up here for Stacy Verhoff. Averaging 4.5 points a game. And she makes both the free throws, so it's again a 5-point lead, 18-13 for Central Michigan. Inside 11 minutes to go first half. Gwynn brings it up on the left side. Gwynn looks down in the corner. Kendall Ross, one dribble, brings it back out, holding high as Gwynn. Back to Ross in that corner, 17 to shoot. Now Kathy Gwynn is going to go far side to near side. Up top of the key it goes to Kelly Kyle. Kyle uses up the dribble, back to Kendall Ross, 8 to shoot. Cross-court pass goes down on the right side. Here's Gwynn, skips the rim with a three try, picked up in the corner by Dana Westover. And once again, here comes Central Michigan. Central Michigan off the long with a three try left corner, skips the rim, can't get it to go. Picked up off the floor then by Brittany Holderman. Holderman down to Gwynn. Gwynn in the corner then for Kendall Ross. Ross back out to Holderman, straightaway three, drains it. Dayton back within 2, 18-16 during the 10-minute mark.
And again, Dayton showing some really good patience with Gwynn pushing the ball down the floor and Kendall Ross patiently waiting and finding Brittany Holterman at the top of the key.
Here's Angel Chan off to Verhoff. Verhoff goes one way and gets it back out the long. Long to Wilson. Wilson drives it in the lane, puts it up with the right hand, rims it on in. Dayton down by 4, 20-16. Right now, this Chippewa team having its way inside. They are shooting at just 38%, but they have that 20-16 lead. Dayton, on the other hand, shooting 6 of 13. Some 46%. Haven't made taken as many shots, though. And at the other end, we've got a foul coming up here against the Chippewas. This will be the 16th foul against Central Michigan, so Dayton's going to be shooting free throws the final 9:29 of this first half. At the free throw line, we'll go the sophomore out of Sparta, New Jersey, Kelly Kyle, 56% free throw shooter. She made some important ones in yesterday's ball game.
Dayton have to find a way to stop, really, to pull out and get some baskets here and stop trading baskets or just giving it away.
First free throw is good. One more coming up for Kelly Kyle. Double-double yesterday. Getting more and more comfortable with her performance out there on the floor. Both free throws are good. Another sub gets ready to check back in for Dayton, which is back in within 2, 20-18. Less than 9.5 minutes to go first half. Westover on the handoff to Verhoff. Verhoff goes to the right side. Verhoff, a little bit of a weave, hands to Chan. Angel Chan to the left of the lane, being guarded there very closely by Gwynn. Now Verhoff once again holding high right side. Wilson out front, 8 to shoot, nearing the 9-minute mark. Here goes to Wilson, cuts it off in the left corner. Chan's going to try a three. Just barely got iron. The rebound taken down by Verhoff. And then inside, we're going to have the foul coming up here against Central Michigan. This is the 7th foul against the Chippewas with 8:57 left to go. And Westover's going to pick that one up, her second.
And that's because of good positioning, again, for Kendall Ross. Kendall Ross got the memo. Get in there, box out, push him out. And you're going to get guaranteed results. You're going to get a rebound. You're going to get a rebound and someone over her back. This time she got someone over her back, and she finds herself on the line.
At the free throw line is Kendall Ross, 92% free throw shooter. Brittany Houghton comes back in for Central Michigan. Nikki Oakland getting ready to come back in for the Flyers. As the first free throw is good. Kendall Ross at the free throw line. Kelly Kyle goes out as Oakland comes in for her. 8:57 left, first half. Dayton trying to tie up the game here on this free throw. Good rotation. Ball ties it up on the made free throw. 20-20, 8:57 to go. Kendall Ross does the duty at the free throw line. Now Wilson down in the right corner. Looking back out. Houghton goes left side for Chan. They'll work it around, go back to the right side. And Verhoff hits for three again. Not starting all this year, but yesterday had an excellent game, and Verhoff comes away with a 15-point contest, so she got the start here today and is playing an awful lot of ball. Ashley Brown in the game for the Flyers. Goes a skip pass. Right side in the corner for Kendall Ross, and then we've got the fight for the rebound underneath. We're going to have a foul coming up here against the Flyers. This will be just the third against Dayton, but it's the first on Nikki Oakland. Of course, Nikki had to sit out a lot of that first half yesterday because of foul trouble. Dayton trailing by 3, 23-20, 8:20 to go first half.
You can't be mad at Nikki for trying to be aggressive and go after that offensive rebound.
Chan on the right side holding high, looking inside. Get the ball to Houghton. Now Veerhoff back to Houghton on the baseline. Houghton trying to get around Nikki Oakland, but it was partially blocked from behind, and Dayton gets the ball. Here comes Dayton on the run with Gwynn. Gwynn to the line, to the lane, to the hoop, put it up. No, but she's fouled. And we're going to see number 23 going to the free throw line, the senior out of Guthrie, Oklahoma, Kathy Gwynn. And we'll do that when we come back from the official timeout. Dayton has been trailing throughout most of this first half. Right now, trailing 23-20 with 7:58 to go to Central Michigan. Here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM, News Talk Radio, WHIL. Not a bad crowd here on this Sunday afternoon for the championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic presented by Dynamic Pension Services. Dayton right now trailing by 3 to Central Michigan, 23-20 with just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. At the line for the Flyers will be Kathy Gwynn, 69% shooter. 3 times to the floor, puts it up. Had a strange backward rotation on the ball that time, and it kind of flipped off the rim out. So the first one is no good.
Kind of bounced off the back of the iron.
One more coming up. That one nothing but net. Dayton back within 2 at 23-21. Chan brings it up right to left for Central Michigan. With a left-hand dribble, hands off now on the weave. Gets it to Veerhoff. Now long. Wilson on the left wing. Down in the corner left side for Chan. Angel Chan takes it on in. Tries to go, but she's going to be fouled. Yeah. This will be the 4th foul against the Flyers as Brittany Holderman gets ready to re-enter the game for Dayton. Not a shooting foul, though.
Yeah, Kathy Gwynn reaching around there. She was beat defensively. There was help for her behind her, but she went ahead and reached around from behind anyhow. Managed to draw the foul.
Well, one thing, Central Michigan has only gone 7 deep as far as the players they've used thus far. They've got 2 tries at the basket, make it 3 tries, can't get it going, then the ball is going to be tipped out of bounds by the Flyers. They actually, I think it was Luckett put the first one up. Not sure who got the second one up there. A third with a tip, couldn't get it to go, and the Flyers couldn't get a good hand on the ball, so it's tipped out of bounds. Just 23 seconds on the shot clock as Chan takes the inbound back at the deep left wing. Now down in the corner for Wilson. Wilson dribbling with the right hand. Now gets it between the circles to Long. Over to Veerhoff, right side. Veerhoff to the baseline. Cut off there by Holderman. Veerhoff takes it to the elbow right side. Puts it off the glass. Rims it. No. Rebound strongly cleared out by Nikki Oakland. On the outlet, it comes down to Gwynn on a pass down to Kendall Ross in the left corner. Back to Gwynn. Nearing the 7-minute mark first half. Dayton trailing 23-21. 3 try. Nails it. That's the freshman, Kristen Doherty. Dayton takes the lead at 24-23 with 7 minutes to go.
Yeah, I hate to put this out there, but I tell you, I don't know why anyone who scouts Dayton doesn't see that there is a camper over there in that corner at all times. There's always somebody who can nail that 3.
Veerhoff misses from the left-hand corner. Dayton gets the rebound. Down to Doherty. This time she'll try for a 2. Just inside where she hit the 3. Nails that one. Dayton up by their largest lead, 26-23. And 30-second timeout is called by Sue Guevara as Central Michigan, which was leading by 5 points moments ago, finds themselves down by 3 at 26-23.
Well, if anybody has scouted Dayton recently, I'm sure they have. They're going to find that freshman, Kristen Doherty, has a little bit of ice water in her veins, and you got to get on her. But she's starting to light up right now, too. There's a lot of good production out of some of these players here. Kendall Ross, one thing I'm really amazed at right now in this first half is her her patience. Sometimes, where younger players tend to get rusty. You can see her experience because she does have international experience. She plays for the Canadian junior national team. You can see that experience come to play here with her patience sometimes. When she gets a hold of the ball where most kids will rush it, she just doesn't.
Well, for the Flyers, their next game is at St. Francis of Pennsylvania coming up the day after New Year's. Our next game on the air will be the next home game, the A-10 opener against Temple on January 12th. Back at the other end, Wilson tries to go to the hole, puts it up. No, but she's fouled with 6:32 left first half. Dayton now up 26-23. The Flyers shooting at 50% on 8 of 16, 2 of 6 on threes, and 8 of 10 from the line. Meanwhile, 8 of 27, where they're really pumping it up there for Central Michigan. 3 of 9 on threes, 4 of 4 from the line. Once again, here's Wilson. This time comes hard off the flange. No, first one is no good. Candace Wilson out of Akron Central Howard High School, a 65% free throw shooter. Several times to the floor. Now several more times. Spins the ball in the hand, puts it on his way. That one is good. And Dayton's lead is cut to 2, 26-24, 6.5 to go first half. Don't forget, we'll have the Miami Valley AAA halftime report coming up there. Get you all updated on all the pro football scores from this Sunday, just before we get into the playoff season there. Dayton with the ball. It is thrown by Brittany Holderman back out into the backcourt just by the timeline. Now here's Gwynn. Gwynn into Oakland, off to Holderman. Holderman to the line, to the lane. She's fouled. Stripped of the ball and hacked as she goes in there. So Brittany Holderman goes to the free throw line, and Brittany, the senior, is averaging 64% from the stripe.
Nikki Oakland is such a good interior passer. She's tall, she's 6'2", she's got good vision. Of course, you can see very easily over the Chippewas right now because they're all not very tall at all. But she's such a good interior. She has good vision inside.
Yeah, they're back to their smaller lineup right now as the first free throw is good by Holderman. Dayton's lead, 27-24. Now into the game. First time we have seen Brooke Heike out of Washington Township, Michigan. She comes in and takes the place of Houghton. One more free throw for Holderman. That one rims out no good, and the rebound easily taken away by Shonda Long. Central Michigan on the run on the right side. Goes cross court into the left-hand corner to Wilson. Chandra Wilson. Heike out the Long between the circles. Less than 6 minutes to go in the first half, 16 seconds to shoot. Long takes it down deep into the left corner. Back out on a wing for Wilson. Now cross court it goes for Chan. Chan on that wing with 7 to shoot. Chan takes it in, has the ball partially blocked. Dayton gets it. Gwynn wants to run with it. Gwynn brings it up on a right-hand dribble. Out to Holderman. Now Doherty. Doherty off on the 3 try. You could tell as soon as she left that one was not going to have a chance. Rebound taken away easily by Central Michigan. Beerhoff takes it to the right side, inside the arc, down into the corner for Heike. Heike tries a 3 there, no. And then the ball is gathered in by Oakland. Almost went out of bounds. She's able to get it down to Gwynn. Gwynn, once again, gets caught up in the big people. Can't get it to go, no foul. But on the stick back, Brittany Holderman puts it up and in. And Dayton now leads by 5 at 29-24.
That came off the rim as a real gift to Brittany Holderman. She just had to run right through there, and it fell in her hands.
Wilson glides through the lane at the other end. Can't get it to go. Dayton rebound with Kendall Ross. Ross off to Gwynn. Gwynn on the pass down. Here it is to Oakland. Oakland is going to be called for the offensive foul. This will be the second against Nikki Oakland.
That's a tough break for Nikki Oakland. She runs the floor so well, and she got down there quickly, got the ball in her hands. Just happened that when she turned around, there was somebody who just stepped over there into position. That's just a tough break for Nikki Oakland inside.
And it's likely the last action we'll see for Nikki Oakland here in the first half with 2 fouls is coming back into the game. So we see the sophomore there, Kelly Kyle out of Sparta, New Jersey. Dayton with a 29-24 lead with less than 5 minutes to go in the half. Beerhoff on the left side wing. Hands off to Wilson. Wilson brings it back toward the middle. Now comes back left side for Beerhoff. She'll try a 3 from that left wing. Can't get it to go. Little scowl on the court right now. Gets the rebound, and Kathy Gwynn. Gwynn wants to run with it. Gwynn on a pass down for Holderman. Holderman will take it in from left side to right. Put it off the glass and in. Dayton leads at 31-24, their largest of the afternoon.
Anytime Brittany Holderman makes that turn inside like that and goes to the opposite side of the hoop, it's almost a guarantee that you're going to have a basket.
Wilson up top. They work it around left side. Down in the corner now for Long. Back out to Beerhoff. Into the game for the first time is Kendra Holman for the Chippewas as the shot is missed. Rebound easily cleared by Dayton. Bringing it down once again. A right-hand dribble on the right side is Gwynn. Gwynn now takes it from right side up top of the key. Back to our right wing with Kyle. Kyle tries to bounce pass inside. The ball is batted, but we're going to have the foul coming up here. And Brittany Holderman going to go to the free throw line. And Chandra Wilson picks up that foul before we shoot free throws. 3:49 to go, so we have an official timeout. Dayton leading Central Michigan 31-24 in the championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic. Back after this here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. News Talk Radio, WHIO. 3:49 to go in the half. Dayton leads at 31-24. At the free throw line will be the Dayton Flyers. As Ashley Armstrong checks into the game now for Dayton, as Brittany Holderman is going to be at the line, shooting a couple of them, as that was the 10th foul against Central Michigan. Dayton has been called for 6 fouls in the game. Brittany Holderman here in this game with 10 points. She is 1 of 2 from the line, and the first one bounces on the front rim, bounces to the back, and drops on through. Dayton leads at 32-24. Now, Dayton had a little trouble getting their sea legs in this one, trailing throughout most of this first half. Then has gotten the lead as the second free throw is good, and now that lead stretched to 9, 33-24. 3:46 to go, first half. New player in the game, we mentioned Kendra Holman. Holman gets around to Bierhoff. Bierhoff looking left side, now decides to go right side to Holman. Working there against Gwynn. Back out the long top of the key, guarded by Doherty. Down deep into the right corner to Holman. Holman looks back out with 8 to shoot. Gets there for Wilson. Wilson to the line, to the lane. Caught up inside. And we're going to have the travel called here on excellent defense by the Flyers.
It was excellent defense by the Flyers. Basically, I was afraid that travel call wasn't going to get made because... But then Brittany Holterman assured us that it would by making the call herself.
Dayton leads it by 9 with 3:15 to go in the half. Again, the Miami Valley AAA halftime report updating you on all the football scores coming up here in just a little bit. Brittany Holderman on sideline left. Hands off to Doherty now. Doherty to Gwynn between the circles. Gwynn backs it out a little bit. Working there against Holman. Now Gwynn takes it right side. 4 to shoot. Ashley Armstrong underneath. Kelly Kyle puts it up and in, but no. Yeah. They're going to wave that one off. They say she traveled with it.
She did. She took an extra step. It was a nice look inside, but she took the extra step.
Dayton leads by 9, 33-24. Less than 3 minutes to go first half. Over to Bierhoff. Bierhoff on the handoff to Holman. Holman now to Wilson. Wilson to Bierhoff. Right in front of the Flyer bench. Bierhoff. Double team. Cuts it back out now for Heike. Heike tries one from the right side. Can't get it to go. Rebound. Squared away once again by Kathy Gwynn. Gwynn brings it down. Stops top of the key. Goes left side for Doherty. Doherty back to Gwynn between the rings. Takes a pick. Goes right side. Looks off on the pass for Ashley Armstrong. 16 to shoot. 2:20 to go in the half. Now Holderman looking inside once again. Decides not to go there. Goes to Doherty on that left side. She'll go baseline. Put it up too strong. Gets her own rebound. Puts it up and in. She shot that one from about 10 feet on the left side. Couldn't get it to go, but she's standing on the right side when it comes down and puts it up and in.
Side, she knew exactly where that shot was going to come off, and she went to the other side of the basket to gather it up and make the bucket again.
Dayton by 11, 35-24, largest of the afternoon. Less than 2 minutes to go. Subs getting ready to come in for each team. As the ball almost swatted away by the Flyers. Wilson gets it back out now for Holman. Holman with 6 to shoot. She'll jack one up. Off the rim, no. Rebound, fought for it. Kelly Kyle gets it. Kelly Kyle hands off to Kathy Gwynn. Gwynn brings it up.
Kelly Kyle really is doing a good job since she's come in here. She's using her height to her advantage. She's playing strong. She's playing tough.
Looking inside is Doherty. Bounce pass inside for Brittany Holdeman, but tied up there by Bierhoff, and the possession arrow belongs to Central Michigan. Back into the game comes Clarkson for Dayton, and she is replacing Gwynn, who gets the slap of the hands from the coach. Pretty good. Well, she was in there this time around.
She did. She did a good job on Kelly Kyle. Again, one thing I would like to see Flyers do a little more of is use her more at the high post. She has a huge advantage looking over the defense. She's a good passer, and she can make that outside shot as well.
New player into the game, Sharia Armstrong for the Chippewas. Off it goes. Right side 3 try. No good. That time by Bierhoff, and Dayton the rebound with Clarkson. Kara Clarkson to the line, cuts it off. Right side Armstrong for Dayton. Now Brittany Holderman. She'll try a 3 straight away. Can't get it to go. And the Chippewas had the ball, but it's tipped away from behind and picked up by Ashley Armstrong. Ashley Armstrong brings it up on the right side now with a right-hand dribble. Switches to the left, goes to the left side. Cuts it off for a left alone. Kristen Doherty. She hits the tray from the left wing. Dayton leads at 35-27, 40 seconds to go.
And now do you think they have some confidence? They're standing up a little bit more. They're on their toes on defense.
Half a minute to go in this first half. Wilson. They work it around. Left side for Long. Back out Bierhoff. Bierhoff to the left of the lane. Cut off there by Brittany Holdeman. Long's going to try a 3, and it's going to be airballed. And Dayton will get it back now with 16.7 seconds left here in the first half. Dayton leading at 38-24. Bringing the ball up court now. Here comes Clarkson. Clarkson into the forecourt. Picked up there by Chan. And then the ball stolen away. Long takes it on in. Puts it in. Dayton leads by 12. 1 second. And that'll do it. Dayton tries one the length of the court. Has no chance of going in. But the Flyers, after trailing by as many as 5 in this first half, come out to take the halftime lead. 38-26. On Central Michigan in the championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic, presented by Dynamic Pension Services. We'll be back with our halftime activities, including the Miami Valley AAA halftime report, right after this break here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM, News Talk Radio, WHIO. Okay, all right, bring it back to us. We'll do something, and then we'll send it back to you, and I'll let you know during that break how long you should keep her. How the Browns doing? Okay. Tom Michaels, Monica West back here at University of Dayton Arena, where at halftime, Dayton a 38-26 lead on Central Michigan. This is the championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic, presented by Dynamic Pension Services. Dayton looking for their 13th win of the year. That would best their win total of all last year. It would be 13 in a row then, and just kind of keep on keeping on going into the final of the non-Atlantic 10 games, which will be a road contest coming up at St. Francis in Pennsylvania, coming up on Wednesday. Flyers didn't get off to a real auspicious start, a little bit like a hangover from yesterday's second half, in which the Flyers didn't play all that well, but they certainly righted the ship. That last 10 minutes was all Flyers.
Yeah, they found some spark. It was like a little flint on a stone when they, I don't know who came in there, kicked it in gear. Something happened, and it just turned it on for the Flyers. And it gets some really good production out of Holterman, Doherty. They're shooting really well, 50% from the field, and the bench has come in there to outscore Central Michigan's bench 9-0.
Yeah, and you take a look, Dayton with 8 turnovers, a team that causes turnovers, you expect that from. You also, a team that makes a lot of turnovers, you expect that the Chippewa is going to be sitting there with just 3 of those. But Dayton dominating the boards, as it turns out, 25-16. And as far as the shooting goes, Dayton shot 50% on 12 of 24, just 24% in that first half for the Chippewas. They were just putting it up all over the place, 37 attempts compared to 24 for the Flyers. Also then for the Chippewas, 3 of 13 on threes, 23%, 5 of 6 from the line. Dayton, meanwhile, we mentioned 50% from the field, 33% on 3 of 9 on threes, 11 of 14, 79% there from the line, which is certainly a good total there. Dayton, a good free throw shooting team in and of itself. So, good first half of the Flyers. They just kind of have to keep it going here and not let the lethargy get to them like they did yesterday in the second half against Cornell.
Oh, I think that's not going to be a problem. Or I hope it's not going to be a problem. I'm sure Coach Jaber hopes it's not going to be a problem as well. And for the team's sake, they hope it's not going to be a problem, because if it's going to be a problem today, it'll be a big problem the next practice. But they seem to turn it on, and they're revved up, ready to continue on the roll, just like they picked up from yesterday. Horrible. They can pick it up at halftime.
All righty. Well, Dayton with a 38-26 lead on Central Michigan. And we'll be back with more of the Miami Valley AAA halftime report with Jimmy Larrabee coming up right after this break here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM, News Talk Radio, WHIO. Jimmy, bring it back to us in 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Okay.
presentation of the awards to the all-tournament team, most valuable player, and the championship team. Thank you.
Shoot, you guys could have done the second half. I could have just. What? You guys could have done the second half.
Getting. You boss! Big hit. Rob Dane.
Okay. Tom Michaels, Monica West back here at the University of Dayton Arena as we prepare for our second half of play. Dayton with a 38-26 lead on Central Michigan. This in the Dayton Flyer Classic presented by Dynamic Pension Services. Kind of neat here around the Christmas holiday. Dayton, the men's team has had tournaments before around this time of year, and they have played in other people's tournaments as well. So kind of neat that the Flyers have this. And Jim Jaber, I think, thinks it really does prepare them for possible postseason play and other things as well, because you're playing 2 games, 2 days, and really having to get after it.
Yeah, well, you have to be concentrated constantly. There's not any letdown, really. So it's just one game to the next, and where this isn't the situation here, it is a little bit of preparation because, you get in the postseason play, and it's 1 and out in most cases.
The Flyers fell behind in this one, trailed throughout much of that first half, and then suddenly put in the afterburners and wind up with that 12-point first half lead. A lot of that having to do with the fact that the Flyers are leading on the boards 25-16. Also, in fact, a couple of players really getting to it there from the field. Brittany Holderman, 4 of 5. Kristen Doherty, 4 of 6. They have 12 points each. And as far as we mentioned on the boards, Kendall Ross had 6 rebounds in that first half. Nikki Oakland with 4, 5 for Brittany Holderman. Meanwhile, as we take a look, Brittany Houghton did not score in the first half. Letitia Luckett 4, 7 each for Shonda Long. Stacey Verhoff with 7, 8 for Candace Wilson. That all the scoring there for Central Michigan. Dayton has the ball to begin our second half of play. Very quickly, the shot taken for 3 from the left-hand side by the freshman, Kristen Doherty, can't get it to go, and the rebound comes down to Central Michigan. With it now is Long out front. Long looking Brittany Houghton. We got a Brittany Holderman and a Brittany Houghton.
Yeah, it's confusing. It confused me yesterday.
Well, we've got 2 Armstrongs in the game sometimes, too, so we have to be careful of that. Ball tipped around down on the baseline. 9 seconds to shoot. Back out to Wilson. Chandra Wilson. Or since Candace Wilson takes the ball in, puts it up, but she's fouled. Will shoot 2 with 19:25 left to go. And Dayton with a 38-26 lead. So not an auspicious beginning here to the second half for the Flyers.
Tough call for Brittany Holterman, but it's an accurate one. While she was in position, her hands were not. Therefore, she drew the foul.
Candace Wilson goes to the free throw line several times to the floor, spins the ball on her hand, puts it on the way. Not much rotation, and this one bounces off the rim and out. Candace Wilson out of Akron Central Howard High School, 65% free throw shooter. One of the best free throw shooters around last year. Not so this year by her numbers. Her second free throw is good, and Dayton's lead cut to 11 at 38-27. Clarkson brings it up on the right side for Dayton off to Armstrong in the right corner. She looks inside to Nikki Oakland. Oakland forces it up and in. Count the basket. She's going to the free throw line.
Well, Nikki wants to bring it out here in second half. She doesn't want to have that letdown the Flyers had yesterday against Cornell. Wants to bring it out here and just, she took it to the hoop. She drew the foul. Hopefully she can convert this free throw and make it a 3-point play.
Each team now with a foul here in the second half. As the first free throw, the only free throw, completed the 3-point play. That is good for Nikki Oakland. Dayton's lead out to 41-27, 14 points, their largest. And back to the other game, we're going to have the block called against Dayton. It looks like the freshman Kristen Doherty is going to be called for this one. And it's the second against Doherty. 19-11 left to go in this one. Dayton with a 41-27 lead on Central Michigan. Central Michigan with a 4-7 record, coming off an 11-win season last year. Dayton had 12 wins a year ago, and they have 12 wins already this year. This would be 13. Luckett tries from the right side, inside the arc, can't get it to go. Ball on the floor, picked up by Verhoff. Verhoff looks down in the left corner for Long. Shonda Long. Back out to Verhoff. Verhoff trying to back in against Armstrong. Now down on the baseline for Long. Puts one up. Tried to get to Oakland. Can't get it to go, and then it's out of bounds. It'll be off Central Michigan. Dayton gets the ball with 18:43 left. 41-27. The Dayton lead at 14.
Brittany Holterman, after her college career is over, might want to look into referee, and she's made a few good calls today. That one is accurate as well.
Dayton looking on the bullet pass from Clarkson inside to Nikki Oakland. Picks it up. Underneath it goes for Doherty. Doherty puts it up. Can't get it to go. Ball tip. Finally, Doherty gets it. She'll try it again. Can't get it to go. Ball comes down. Taken by Long. Shonda Long brings it up on the run. Left side. Goes down in the right corner for Wilson. Candace Wilson Now looks down low for Chan, who tries to put it up. I should say that's Houghton. Houghton puts it up, no, and we're going to have another foul coming up here against the Flyers. This will be the third against Dayton here in the second half. Dayton with a 41-27 lead. Ashley Armstrong will pick up her first. And not a shooting foul once again, but to inbound the ball, Candace Wilson to the right of the Chippewa basket. On the inbound, they get it into Chandra Luckett. Now Houghton. Houghton in the lane. Puts it up off the rim and drops it on through. 41-29. Dayton's lead at 12 with 18 minutes to go. Dayton brings it up right to left. Clarkson down in the corner for the freshman. Doherty back out to Clarkson on the left wing. Clarkson looking inside for the bullet pass, but it's slapped away, picked up by Central Michigan. Here comes Shonda Long. Long looks down to Luckett. Luckett on the baseline. Luckett takes it in, puts it up, rims it around, no good. And Ashley Armstrong gets the rebound for Dayton. Dayton going to run once again with Clarkson.
Dayton have to take care of the ball here because that bad pass from Kara Clarkson almost led to a transition basket. And, again, another bad pass. I just don't think that's a good idea to put those balls right there at the hand where everybody's hands are through all of that traffic.
But it was actually tipped out of bounds. I think it was Veerhoff who got a hand on it, so there's Dayton's ball with 20 to shoot.
The problem is somebody got the hand on it.
And now another bad pass. This one, Armstrong puts it over into the hands of Wilson. Wilson brings it down on the pull-up, can't get it to go. And then Doherty gets the rebound for Dayton. Flyers dodge the proverbial bullet there, down to Clarkson. Clarkson in the right corner for Armstrong. Armstrong to Nikki Oakland. Oakland puts it up, no. Ball picked up off the floor by Luckett. Now here come the Chippewas on the run with Veerhoff right side. Veerhoff picked up by Armstrong inside the arc. Hands off now in a deep right wing to Luckett. Over to Long. Looking inside, nothing doing there, so to Wilson in the left corner. Veerhoff on a deep left wing. 15 seconds to shoot. Less than 17 minutes to go in the game. Luckett back out. Here's Houghton. Houghton for three. Houghton nails that one. Dayton's lead cut to 9, 41-32 inside 17 minutes.
Dayton are rushing their shots now and forcing the issue, or at least trying to force the ball inside. And
what they were doing yesterday offensively in the second half.
Exactly. So coaches called Kiki Lund and Kelly Kyle, who are at the scorer's table, waiting to check into the game.
Armstrong right corner. Armstrong, I should say that's Doherty. Doherty on the right baseline, puts it up and in, count the basket. And Doherty goes to the free throw line as the Flyers back out front by 11, 43-32.
That was on number 12, Brittany Houghton. That's her fourth, team second.
Brittany Houghton picks up her fourth foul. So, and so far, here comes the player off the bench. Not a real quick move off the bench to bring in Dana Westover, but she will be coming in. Once again for Brittany Houghton, and that is a huge loss there. 9 points, 5.5 rebounds. The sophomore out of Lansing, Michigan. And at the free throw line is the freshman for the Flyers in none other than Kristen Doherty. Doherty on its way. The free throw good. Dayton back out front by 12, 44-32. Less than 16 and a half left. Chippewas bring the ball down. Veerhoff can't control the pass coming down from Long out of bounds. Dayton gets it back on that turnover. And that turnover is just the fourth against this team. Amazing. Very clean game being played by Central Michigan, though they are down by 12.
Well, they were playing controlled from the start, and only a couple of times did they get out of control, so you can kind of expect that they would handle the ball. Wow.
And we're going to have the three-point shot hit by Kristen Doherty, and she was nailed by Westover. So she's going to have the chance to complete the four-point play coming up here as Dayton out front, 47-32, 16:09 left.
And, Tom, we had a direct line on that. We could see how perfect it was from the release. Unnecessary foul afterwards. It can result in a four-point play for the Flyers.
And we're going to have a timeout called by the Chippewas. It's a full timeout, so 16:09 left. Dayton 47-32, and at the line when we come back here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM News Talk Radio, WHIL. Hey, Jimmy, at the end of the game, they're going to have the award ceremony immediately after the game. So what we'll need to do is to do our wrap-up and then the coaches show, the way it's actually supposed to be done. So he will come second this time, and we'll just do the wrap-up until we see him coming over this way. Tom Michaels, Monica West here at the University of Dayton Arena. This championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic. 16:09 left to go, and Dayton with a 47-32 lead. At the free throw line, looking to complete a 4-point play is freshman Kristen Doherty. Bends at the knees, puts it on its way. This one's going to be short. Ball tipped around out of bounds. Going to be off the hands of Brittany Holderman. And so Chippewas get the ball now with 16:08 left. Central Michigan brings it up left to right in those traveling maroon uniforms with the white and gold piping and numbers. Candace Wilson between the circles goes left side to Long. Long looking down at Clarkson. Now into the corner for Westover. Back on the left wing goes to Long. Candace Wilson gets the ball, brings it up top. Now takes it to the elbow right side. Here's Luckett. Luckett tries to go inside, but it is blocked away by Kelly Kyle. Dayton gets the ball. Clarkson brings it down. Goes cross court. Ball is actually tipped, but they get it over to Kiki Lund. Lund for two. Lund will hit it. 49-32. Dayton with the lead here with 15 and a half left.
And patience by Kiki Lund. But she had that three-pointer lined up, but the defense came to her, and she just took a dribble to the side, stepped inside the arc, put it up for the two.
Candace Wilson on the left-hand dribble, switches to the right hand as she stands top of the key, goes right side for Luckett on the wing. Luckett brings it back now toward the middle, backs it back beyond the arc. Beerhoff on a right wing with 7 to shoot. They're really taking the time to try and find the open seam. There was one. They find it underneath for Luckett. Luckett goes to the hole, but somebody may have gotten a hand on that for the Flyers. And then the ball is the outletted bounce pass. Comes down for Kelly Kyle, and it is bounced right between her legs. So that's a sticky wicket, as they would say in the old croquet business. But
nutmeg, as they say at socket.
With that, it is a turnover against Dayton, but the Flyers lead it by 17, 49-32, and Chippewas will have the ball with 14:57 left when we come back after this official timeout on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290, 95.7 FM, News Talk Radio, WHIO. Tell them about the discount, Harry. Chippewas with the ball, but Dayton with the lead. 49-32 here with less than 15 minutes to go in the half, or I should say the second half, here in this championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic. Beerhoff with the ball for Central Michigan. Now out the long between the circles. Shonda Long to the line to lane, cuts it back out. Wilson for a three right side, skips the rim with that one, but Beerhoff takes the deep rebound in the left corner. Back out the long now with a fresh 30-second clock. Nearing the 14.5-minute mark as Long hands off. Wilson takes it to the left side at the elbow. Loose in control of the ball. Picked up there by Clarkson. Clarkson brings it up right to left for Dayton. No look pass over to the right side. Three try by Lund. Lund will hit it! And Dayton leads at 52-32. They have the 20-point balls, their largest of the afternoon.
Kiki Lund coming down in transition, lining up, stepping right to her favorite spot on the floor, which is anywhere behind the arc.
Luckett will answer with a three at the other end. And 52-35 the score now. 17-point lead for Dayton as we hit 14 minutes to go. Dayton walks it up this time. Clarkson, top of the key. Kyle, left side for Doherty. Now looking to bring it to the right side. Off a pass from Doherty. Goes to Clarkson on a wing. 14 to shoot. Inside 14 minutes to go. Brittany Holderman, right corner. Brittany Holderman having all sorts of fits with Westover. Now looking back into Kyle. Kyle with a 15-footer. Rims and rounded in. Actually went two different ways on the rim, it looked like.
Yeah, it sure did. You know, I don't know why Kelly Kyle is open all the time. She's a big target. They don't get it to her sooner. They pass her up quite often.
Dayton with a 19-point lead. Ball down in the left corner now on the bounce pass inside for Westover. She tries to get over Kyle, and Kyle just stuffs it and gets the ball back.
Near impossible to get over Kyle. All she has to do is stand there with her arms up.
To the line, to the lane, the other way, Clarkson gets the outlet pass, gets it over in the left-hand corner. Kristen Doherty, the freshman, hits for three from the left side, and it's 57-35. A 22-point lead, largest for Dayton here in this game. And a 30-second timeout is called by Central Michigan. Now, don't forget that our next broadcast of Dayton women's basketball, that'll be coming up, I believe it's January 12th. It'll be against Temple, a Saturday game. I have the action right here for you here on the Home Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM, News Talk Radio, WHIO. And, of course, all the men's games right here. And coming up will be the game against Akron. So I hope you'll join Bucky and Larry for that one. All sorts of great action. Again, congratulations to the men's team last night for one of the great wins in Flyer history. And sometimes you use a little bit of hyperbole to talk about those things, but you beat the number 6 team coming in here, and you beat them badly. And I don't care, and there's going to be excuses made by people. Oh, there was an injury here, this, that. No. One thing is not going to lead to a 20-point drubbing like that.
No,
the Flyers
like
just
that.
took it to them.
The Flyers were just on fire, had the house rocking last night.
And congratulations to the proverbial 6-man. The Flyer fans here.
The house.
Packed it out. Right now, Central Michigan with the ball. Long gets it off and gets it down to Letitia Luckett. Luckett puts it up and in. Dayton's lead at 20, 57-37. Dayton having trouble getting the ball back up the court on the full court pressure. And it is stolen away this time by the Chippewas. Off to Candace Wilson, left side. Working around as Chan comes over. And a block from behind on Long by Kyle once again. Dayton leads by 20. Here comes the Flyers on the run, nearing 12 and a half minutes to go. Kathy Gwynn gets it off. Here's Kyle going to airball one from the free throw line. And as good as those blocks look, that was as awful as that shot looked right there.
Oh, my goodness.
And she is disgusted with herself.
She was disgusted with it. That's all right. You know what? She's playing a heck of a game. And
She is.
A heck of a 2 games here this weekend.
4 points, 5 rebounds. And the block total we don't see right now, but it's considerable. Shonda Long takes it to the other end, takes it right in, motor on around the defense of the Flyers, and Dayton's lead cut down to 18, 57-39 with 12:15 to go. Ashley Brown into the ball game now. Kiki Lund takes it. Lund has not made it across the midcourt stripe. Now does on the pass to Kendall Ross. Dayton bringing in fresh troops at that last time out. Here's Kathy Gwynn. Gwynn working against Chan. Gwynn takes the pick, gets it off. Lund for deep three. No, deep rebound comes out. Taken by Luckett. Luckett on the run. Luckett and foot race now with Lund. Takes it down and puts it up too strong. Lund was right with her every step of the way. Dayton the rebound. Gwynn down to Kendall Ross. Ross outside on a deep left wing. Bounce pass inside for Kyle. Kyle quickly off on the right side. Kiki Lund for a tray from the right corner. Dayton leads 60-39.
That's why I say you get that ball to Kelly Kyle. She can see everything on the floor, and she's a good passer. All the interior players for the Flyers are good passers. And she got the ball on the baseline, turned the wrong way, maybe you'd think, because she put herself under a little bit. But, man, when you see Kiki Lund out there in the corner lined up for a 3, what are you going to do, not pass it to her? I know I would.
Well, Dayton calls a 30-second timeout with 11:36 left in this one and a 21-point lead. Dayton looking for their 13th win of the year, their 13th in a row. They lost those first 2 games of the season against none too shabby teams, but I know a lot of people were kind of getting nervous there. Then they started winning, and it's the old take them one at a time. That's what Jim Jaber's saying. You probably can't get him to talk about the A-10 this year. Why? Because he has a game on Wednesday night.
Yeah,
you can't get him to talk about the game on Wednesday night before this one because, because he's talking about this one. So, anyway, coming back from the timeout, Chippewas with the ball, going left to right, along with it between the circles. They just don't have as deep a team as the Flyers do, skill level-wise, and thus a lot of their players, I think, are going to be a little bit winded before this one is over. Angel Chan working it on the right side, takes several steps as she walks in. Now they're going to call the foul here. So she'll be to the line and shooting 2 with 11:14 to go, and Dayton with a 21-point lead. And before we shoot that, we're going to go to the official timeout. 60-39 Dayton over Central Michigan here in the Dayton Flyer Classic Championship game. We'll be back right after this here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM, News Talk Radio, WHIO. For the women's games, yeah. probably. .11-14 left in this one. Dayton with a 60-39 lead on Central Michigan as we come back. The Chippewas going to be at the free throw line. Central Michigan last year an 11-19 record. New coach this year is Sue Guevara, former Michigan head coach. And to the line is going to be Angel Chen. Now Chen out of Wyoming, Michigan, a 72% free throw shooter. Well, Central Michigan is a team shooting about 67%. Their opponents shoot at about 72%, which, strangely enough, is right around where the Flyers shoot. And the first one is good. Dayton's lead is cut to 20. Angel Chan one more time coming up here, the 5'9 junior. Can't get that one to go, and then the ball is tipped around, taken by Houghton, and then stolen away by Dayton. Lund gets her hand on it, brings it up on the pass now. Gets it out to Gwynn. Gwynn takes it to the far side, now brings it back to the near side off to Kendall Ross. Ross holding high. Ashley Brown in the left corner. Down to Gwynn. Gwynn stops at the free throw line, pops it from there and hits. Dayton 62-40 with 10:50 to go.
I'm sure Coach Jaber was happy with that offensive stand.
We'll be talking to Coach Jaber after the game. We'll have our wrap-up, and then Coach Jaber comes over after they've done the award ceremony here for this tournament. And we're going to have the foul coming up here against the Flyers. This will be the 5th against Dayton, and it goes against Kelly Kyle. That's just the first on Kelly Kyle.
Well, it's a tough call. Kelly Kyle managed to get over there, but she was leaning a little bit, so she gets the call against her.
Chippewas with the ball with 10.5 to go. Shonda Long takes it down into the right corner on the handoff. Gets it to Wilson. Candace Wilson. Now off to Chan. Chan in the lane. Cuts it back out. Houghton inside. Chan gets it back. Chan puts it up. Count the basket, and she is fouled. Pretty good foul that time there by Kelly Kyle.
Got her money's worth on that one. Tried to get another block there, but managed to just get nothing but arm and body.
Bierhoff comes into the ball game for Central Michigan, replacing Candace Wilson. To the free throw line will go Angel Chan, 5'9 junior. A couple times to the floor. On its way, and it's good. 62-43, Dayton's lead cut to 19 with 10:20 to go, and full court pressure again being applied here. On the pass comes down for Kelly Kyle. Kyle almost lost it, but now gets it ahead to Kendall Ross. Ross had the advantage for a moment, holds up, now takes it on her way. Just motored right on around Luckett and puts it up from the left side and in. Dayton's lead at 21, 64-43 at the 10-minute mark. Back the other way it comes. Ball flipped up and in by Brittany Houghton. And Houghton gets the basket to make it 64-45, 9:52 to go. And back the other way, we're going to have a foul coming up here. This will go against the Chippewas. And Shonda Long picks that one up.
Yeah, with back here with Kendall Kyle and or Kendall Ross and her bucket, she dribbled in, saw her defense coming into her, and then just backed off a little bit, just enough to make her defense relax, and blew right past her to the basket. That is just good heads-up basketball from Kendall Ross.
Dayton with the ball. That, by the way, the fourth foul is almost a travel there by the Flyers as Gwynn was floating through the lane, gets the ball off. Then we got a jump ball situation called here, and the possession arrow belonging to the Chippewas. Wilson comes back into the game for Shonda Long. And Shonda Long now with, I believe she's got the 4 fouls, so she goes out of the game. Also with 4 fouls is Houghton. But they've got to do what they can, the Chippewas, to chip away at this lead here with 9.5 to go. Not insurmountable, but certainly the Flyers, a deeper team, as Bierhoff takes the ball in the lane, puts it up from about 10. Stacey Bierhoff with the right-hand shot. And the lead has got to 17. It's 64-47. And the ball is knocked away, and touching it last was Gwynn right in front of us. She was double teamed and caught in a trap right there at midcourt and then lost the ball out of bounds. So the Flyers, too many turnovers in this one early on, but that looks to be just the ninth, make it the 8th turnover against the Flyers, so they've cut down on that in the second half. Back outside they go to Chan. She's going to airball one, as trying to save the ball was Houghton. And it is going to be Flyer ball here as the ball is out of bounds. And Nikki Oakland going to come back in for Dayton in place of Kelly Kyle, who's playing well. Also, here comes Brittany Holderman into the game to replace Ashley Brown.
But again, that air ball responsible, or Kelly Kyle was responsible for that, because once again she gets out there in the face, gets all that arm up in the air so nobody can shoot over it, and it results in an air ball.
Dayton bringing it up now with, again, some full court pressure being applied. And in the backcourt, we're going to have a foul coming up here. It will be against Central Michigan.
Chan.
That is the 5th foul against Central Michigan. Angel Chan will pick up her first. I see what's going on. The score thing that I have here hasn't moved for a long time.
Oh.
Dayton with 13 turnovers now. Thought they had 8 at the half. Lob inside to Nikki Oakland. Oakland will put it up from the right side from 8 feet. Puts it up and in. Dayton leads it 66-47. 8.5 left.
A little juggling act to hang on to the ball and control it, Nikki.
Candace Wilson on the left side. Looks for the handoff. Finally does to Chan. Chan standing top of the key. Looking inside. We're looking right. Trying to look right over. Gwynn. Handoff down to Bierhoff. Stops at the free throw line. Pops them there and hits. Boy, she has become deadly.
Yeah, she struck really early in the game, and you'd think that she had more points than she does, but she has 11 points thus far in the game.
Dayton looks on a nice bounce pass inside. Put it up with the left hand from the left side is Kendall Ross. Dayton 68-49 now. Less than 8 to go. Back the other end. Luckett will take it in. Tries to put it up and over Brittany Holderman. Can't get it to go. But we've got the foul called here against Holderman and the official timeout before we go to the free throws. Dayton leads at 68-49 with 7:55 left. You're listening to it all right here in the home of the Flyers. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM News Talk Radio, WHIO. Browns won. Tom Michaels, Monica West back here, bringing you the championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic, brought to you by Dynamic Pension Services. And the Flyers with a 68-49 lead with 7:55 to go. But at the line, Central Michigan, it'll be Letitia Luckett, arguably their best player, their leading rebounder as a 5'7" player. Bends at the knees, puts it on its way, and drops it on through. Dayton led by 21 points by the freshman, Kristen Doherty. 6-footer out of Fresno, Ohio. She is not in the game at this point. Second free throw good as well. Dayton's lead cut to 17, 68-51.
And again, as you mentioned, Luckett, one of their best rebounders at 5'7", isn't disappointing today. So far, she has 6.
Dayton looks to bring it in. Still haven't brought it into the forecourt. Now they do with Brittany Holderman. Down to Oakland. On the baseline it goes to Kendall Ross, and back out now with 13 to shoot. Kara Cloxton. Cloxton to the right side hash mark. On a left-hand dribble, brings it back top of the key, goes left of the lane. Back out to Kendall Ross. Right corner it goes. Down on the baseline for Lund. Lund puts it up. No good. A rebound deep. Comes out. Taken by Central Michigan. Outlet pass down to Wilson. Candace Wilson working in the left corner. Cut off there by Lund. Candace Wilson brings it to the near side. Looking underneath. Putting the ball up and in is Brittany Houghton. Count the basket. She is fouled with 7:10 to go. Dayton's lead cut to 15, 68-53.
Kara Clarkson got in there and got up in the air, got a hand on the shot. Just too late, too much arm.
And with 7:10 to go, Dayton is going to call a timeout here. It'll be a 30, so we will keep it here as well. 7:10 to go, 68-53. We mentioned Doherty with the 21 points. Also 10 points for Kendall Ross, 12 points for Holderman, 10 points for Nikki Oakland. Dayton shooting at 54%, continuing to shoot very well here. They are 7 of 15 on threes, so just under 50%. 13 of 17 from the line, 76%. We'll take that. As far as Central Michigan is concerned, they have struggled from the field the entire game, shooting 31% now. 29%, 5 of 17 from threes, but doing a good job at the line, 10 of 13. Dayton dominating the board still, 35-29, though that number has closed down a tad.
Central Michigan have closed the gap on that pretty quickly.
Houghton bounces a couple of times with that free throw on the rim, drops it on through. So Dayton's lead now, the closest it's been for a while, 68-54. And Kristen Doherty coming back in for Kiki Lund. Dayton with Clarkson brings the ball up. This time met at midcourt. On a pass, cross court it goes over here on our near side to Doherty. Down lower goes to Kendall Ross, right side. Clarkson. Now they're just working the ball around here, trying to take some time off the clock. Clarkson on the sideline right. Looking on the lob inside for Holderman. Back out. Brittany Doherty. Kristen Doherty can't get it to go. The putback, no good by Kendall Ross. And then we're going to have the foul on Dayton over the back on the stick back try. And this will be the 8th foul against the Flyers here with 6:43 to go.
Yeah, it's just, see, the Flyers are trying to spread out that defense and make that unit move. You know, it's the way the break is zone. You just keep passing, and you make it shift, and pretty soon people are out of position. But once that happens, they get a bad shot. Sometimes Dayton gets caught flat-footed on the rebound. That's what happened in this instance.
First foul against Kendall Ross. Actually, the 9th foul against the Flyers as we see it is the free throw. First one is good by Luckett. Letitia Luckett, this game, 11 points. She's now 3 of 3 from the line. One more coming up here. And it is good as well. 65-56, 12-point Dayton lead. They've led by, I think, 22 may have been the largest. But again, we're going to get the ball across court here as they now bring it on the pass from Doherty, and then, should say from Holderman. And then there's a crash on the far side. And the foul is going to be called against Central Michigan. And it goes against Luckett.
Kara Clarkson still on the ground, being tended to by the trainer.
Well, that was sort of like she was in the air getting the pass when she was hit. So it's sort of like a wide receiver being nailed by a defensive back. And she is over there, the training staff, taking care of that situation right now. 6:32 left to go here in our ball game with Dayton leading 68-56. Dayton going to be at the, well, no, they're not going to be at the free throw line because that was just the 6th foul against Central Michigan.
Kara Clarkson hasn't moved yet.
And I'll tell you what, this crowd has just become extremely quiet as they are looking over there, working with the injured player, and hopefully, now we see movement there by Kara Clarkson. It's right to the right of the Flyer bench. She's sitting up now, and if nothing else,
yeah, she got hit right in the gut, and she's kind of pointing at it right now. It's not
maybe
a good place to feel it.
Yeah, maybe had the breath knocked out of her. It's been a while since I've had that happen to me, but I know what just an awful feeling that is when you can't.
I have that happen to me every time I have to go up and down stairs.
Yeah? Or just walking up the ramp here at the arena.
I don't know if that's me having it knocked out of me, but taken away from me is more like it.
But Clarkson is up and looks like she's going to be okay, but going to come out of this ball game.
Yeah, she's going to have to. She's got a little giggle to her, but boy, she's flush.
So for the Flyers, Kathy Gwynn is going to come back into the ball game with 6:32 to go. Dayton leads at 68-56. Now again, that was not a shooting foul because that was just the 6th on Central Michigan, but from here on out, Dayton going to be shooting free throws. Gwynn takes the inbound. Gwynn working against Chan. Tries to get the lob inside. Chan knocks it away, and then picking the ball up is Luckett. You cannot do that with those soft little passes. Here comes Chan down the other way. Takes it into the corner. Off to Veerhoff, back to Chan, top of the key. 20 to shoot, 6:14 to go in this game. Looking underneath, tries to get into Houghton. Dayton's going to pick up another foul coming up here. Brittany Holderman saying that should be a jump ball, but
and
no.
It shouldn't. It was Nikki Oakland over the back. You cannot block that close to the body like that with your arms in that position and still get away with not having you can't not get a foul out of that.
So Brittany Houghton goes to the line on the third foul by Nikki Oakland. And the first one is good. 11-point lead for Dayton. They've led by more than 20, but right now, struggling a little bit here in the last 5 minutes or so. One more for Houghton. That was nothing but net. Dayton's lead at 10, 68-58. On the line, a possible 13-game win streak. Easily into the forecourt this time on the pass to Doherty. Doherty looks down on another pass, throws it away, picked up by Houghton this time.
It's this press that seems to have Dayton stymied a little bit, and I don't understand it because it's not a whole lot of one. They just need a little movement in it.
Veerhoff goes on the baseline, puts one up that's way too strong. Here comes Nikki Oakland with a rebound and dribbles it up. Gets it off to Gwynn. Gwynn down in the right corner, back out to Brittany Holderman. Holderman hands off to Gwynn. Nearing the 5.5-minute mark. 15 seconds to shoot. Gwynn takes it in. Way out of control, throws it up with the right hand. No foul called there. Back the other way it comes to Houghton. Houghton's going to put it up and in, and Dayton's lead is down to 8, 68-60. Kara Clarkson is going to be coming back into this game very quickly.
Yeah, well, she's feeling pretty good. Well, she's still got a little grimace, but I tell you what, when she gets on that floor, she's going to be all business. It's going to have to be. Dayton are not doing what they need to do to take care of the rest of this game.
Doherty takes it in off the left side, puts it up in. Dayton 70-60 now. Dayton's lead back up to 10. Less than 5 minutes to go. On the right side, Candace Wilson. Wilson looking into the eyes of Kendall Ross, now brings it over to the left side. Wilson comes near side. Houghton for a tray. Houghton bounces it off the flange. No. And the rebound fought for, and the call is going to be the foul coming up here. And the foul goes against Luckett.
Yeah. That's Luckett. She got up underneath Nikki Oakland as Nikki Oakland finally decided, I'm going to have the position here. I'm going to get the ball in my hand. She went up in the air, and Luckett came up underneath her.
4:43 left to go here. That is the fourth foul against Luckett, and the Flyers go to the free throw line once again, shooting the one in the bonus, as that is now 7 fouls against Central Michigan. Nikki Oakland. Well, Nikki Oakland in this ball game, 10 points, makes the first free throw. She is now 3 of 4 from the line. One more coming up here. Nikki Oakland gets the second free throw as well. 72-60. Dayton by 12 with 4:40 to go. Quickly up comes Central Michigan. Veerhoff on a left-hand dribble, takes to the left side, deep left wing, takes a three, try no, off the flange deep. Come out, takes by Kendall Ross, but the ball is then stolen away by Luckett. Here's a three try by Chan. Yeah. Chan rims it around and in from a deep left wing. Dayton is having just all sorts of fits, and that time it wasn't the press, they just threw the ball away.
Well, yeah, Kendall Ross turned around and passed it back instead of just trying to go forward with the ball. Is really what you want to do.
Dayton's lead at 9, 72-63. Oakland back out to Brittany Holderman. Doherty between the rings, nearing the 4-minute mark. 13 to shoot. Here's Clarkson. Clarkson left of the lane. Over to Ross on a deep left wing. Brings it down to the line to the lane. Off for Doherty. Doherty for three. Hits it from right in front of the Flyer bench. Dayton leads it by 11, 75-63. That's a 12-point lead.
I said Dayton always has someone who's camped out over in the corner. And when you have people like Kiki Lund and Kristen Doherty who can hit those shots all the time, why would you leave them alone?
Doherty takes it down low, losing control of the ball on a bounce pass, trying to get it down there for Kendall Ross. And we got players on the floor. Well, let's see what the call is going to be coming up here. Looks like it's going to be foul against Dayton and Kendall Ross as she tried to go for that ball. Yep, she picks up her foul. And I believe that's the second on Kendall Ross. But we'll be shooting free throws when we come back. Dayton with a 75-63 lead with 3:35 to go. Official timeout. You're listening to the championship game of the Dayton Flyer Classic here on the home of the Flyers. AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. News Talk Radio, WHIO.
Please, for the safety of the players on both teams. Now, Flyer fans, get out of your seat. It's time to join the Flyer Pep Band. YMCA.
I'm here. I do. I will take care of Tony. Well, remind me tomorrow morning. I won't. .335 to go. Dayton a 75-63 lead on Central Michigan. With Central Michigan going to be at the free throw line here. Veerhoff to be shooting a couple of them. As Dayton shooting 53% from the game, 26 of 49. 31% for Central Michigan. Central Michigan 15 of 18 from the line now as Veerhoff tries to do it one more time and does. First start of the year for Veerhoff, who started all the games last year for this team.
She's having quite a game, too.
Having quite a couple of games, as a matter of fact. Gets the second free throw as well. It's a 10-point Dayton lead now with 3:35 to go. We'll be talking with Coach Jim Jaber after this one, following the award ceremony that they'll have on the courts. As Claxton works on the left side, left-hand dribble. Cuts it back out now for Doherty. Doherty looks for a pick. Really didn't happen. Hands off to Kiki Lund back into the ball game. Kiki Lund with 9 to shoot. 3:12 to go in the game. Claxton, 5 on the shot clock. Claxton going to the right side. She's going to have to put up a prayer and hit it from that right side. Oh, Kara Claxton just hit a pressure shot. Just
Nice
over
little
3 minutes to go.
Running jumper. It's very soft. Nice rotation. Just swish.
77-65, Dayton by 12. Long comes the other way. Ball is blocked. That time by Brittany Holderman. Picking it up as Doherty. On the outlet, it comes down. Here comes Claxton. Claxton over in the right corner for Lund. She's going to try a tray. Tap that basket. Three-pointer gives Dayton a 15-point lead at 80-65.
Can't believe you just said that Kiki Lund was going to try a tray. Kiki Lund never tries trays, Tom. She just hits them.
And another 30-second timeout is called here with 2:36 to go. And Dayton back up by 15. Dayton being led in scoring here, 26 points by Kristen Doherty. I'll tell you what, a little child shall lead them. And I love the fact that, I mean, you start 4 seniors, and you're going to hate to lose the starting group here, but you got an awful lot to build around when you've got a Doherty sitting there, and you've also got a Kelly Kyle, and you've got some of the other people that don't even have a chance to talk about right now.
You think that Kristen Doherty has a shot at being the A-10 Player of the Week again?
Could be.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, I think she could probably run the table with it at this point.
That's why things I think are so bright for Flyer basketball, men's and women's, because Chris Wright is winning it all the time for the men.
Right.
And here you've got the same thing going on for Kristen Doherty for the women as well. 2.5 minutes to go. Dayton up by 15. Central Michigan with the ball. Candace Wilson works it left side. Wilson looking to drive, cuts it off for Luckett in the left corner. Luckett will shoot. She's too strong with that one. Ball on the floor, picked up by Lund. Lund off to Claxton. Claxton on the run, right to left. Claxton into the forecourt, looks down for Lund in the right corner. Brings it back out. Back under the deep wing for Claxton. Again, looks for a pick, doesn't get it. Nearing the 2-minute mark, 15 to shoot. Dayton up by 15, 80-65. We hit 2 minutes to go. Down in the right corner it goes Lund inside. Nikki Oakland puts it up with 2 hands and in. Dayton by 17, 82-65. Quickly down on the pass. Central Michigan tries to get it into the hands of Houghton, but it is knocked away by the Flyers, and Chan's going to come back into the game. And she will replace Luckett, who goes out of the ball game. And Lakeisha Luckett, 11 points, 8 rebounds in this one.
Look what you get there. You get that soft power of Nikki Oakland down here offensively, and then she just runs the floor and gets the steal or knocks the ball out of bounds on the other end of the floor. She can do it all.
Bierhoff will try a 3 from the right side. No. Rebound. Kristen Doherty. Doherty now with 7 rebounds to go with the 26 points. Clarkson brings it into the forecourt, works against Chan. Just over a minute and a half to go. 19 to shoot. Clarkson down in the right corner for Lund. Hard pass inside. Nikki Oakland not able to control it, but that's because it was poked away from behind by Long. So Dayton going to inbound the ball to the right of their basket with the trigger being Kristen Doherty. Gets it into Oakland. Oakland puts one up too strong, but she's fouled. Nikki Oakland goes to the free throw line. She'll be shooting a couple up with 8 fouls now against Central Michigan. And that's the second foul to be called on Stacey Bierhoff.
I think Nikki Oakland, sometimes you watch her and she gets that contact inside, and you think she really enjoys that. And I have to remember how I was, and you really enjoy that inside. You like that contact.
First free throw is good. 83-65. 18-point lead. Make it 19 as she rims the second one in as well. 84-65 with a minute 25 to go. So Dayton going to win their 13th in a row, go to 13-2, and take the first ever Dayton Flyer Classic presented by Dynamic Pension Services. Deep 3, just barely got the back of the backboard that time by Angel Chan. Dayton easily the rebound with a minute 10 left. This time just on the trot, bringing it up is Cloxton. Cloxton with a right-hand dribble, backing down on Long. Takes it over to the right side, outside the arc, lob inside for Nikki Oakland. Oakland puts it up with the left hand, can't get it to go. Rebound cleared out by Candace Wilson. Wilson looking ahead, but brings it up herself instead. 50 seconds to go. 3 try, missed that time by Long. Stick back, put back up and in. Let's see who gets it. Houghton gets that one, as the Flyers have a little trouble bringing the ball back up the court. 84-67, 42 seconds to go. Clarkson down in the corner for Doherty. Doherty up top for Nikki Oakland. Oakland underneath, sees Brittany Holderman. Holderman gets around her man, puts it up and in. Dayton by 19 once again at 86-67. 32 seconds to go.
I love the high post vision of Nikki Oakland, and now Kelly Kyle's really developed it as well. I love the kind of vision they have when they just, look down low and find their target.
This time, Chan brings it up. Chan looks for the pick, gets it, goes right side. Now picked up by Nikki Oakland. Comes off, gets the ball to Houghton. Houghton in the lane, puts it up to the left hand, to the left side, and in. 21 seconds to go. Dayton leads 86-69. Flyers with Lund bringing it up. Lund down to Oakland. Oakland to the baseline. Tried to put a pass over, looking there for Doherty, but couldn't get it to go. Now back the other way it comes. As a shot taken, missed. Bierhoff gets it back. Bierhoff puts it up and in with 2 seconds to go. 86-71. Dayton inbounds the ball, and that's going to be it. Final score, Dayton 86, Central Michigan 71. And we will be back to wrap up this one and also have our Jim Jaber interview. We'll have our wrap-up show coming up right after this. Dayton Flyer Classic won by the Dayton Flyers 86-71 over Central Michigan here on the home of the Flyers, AM 1290 and 95.7 FM. News Talk Radio, WHIO.